I hope the days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you...
Well, I'd like to welcome everybody to Thomas College, where it's a family-oriented college. They treat the kids great. They are outstanding with making sure that they stay busy and plenty of activities going on. My son seems to have been very happy here for the last 3 years and is going on to one more year.
Slow, and each road leads you where you want to go.
Well, on that first day before I left Ben and cried my way to Unity, I would have definitely said to Ben, you can do this on your own. You'll be great. I wish I would have given him more positive encouragement.
When we left our son here, it was one of the hardest things I had done, because he had never been away for more than 2 or 3 weeks at a time, and to know that he was living away from home. But he was left in really good hands. They took care of him. You can still keep the contact with him, but you don't have to call your son or daughter every day. It's good for them to learn to spread their wings. They have a new family in the school, because Thomas is like a family for the kids. And I know our son certainly looks at Thomas as his extended family, and really loves coming here.
If you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, I hope you...
Your child calls you with upsetting news, they're freaking out over a bad grade or a bad choice that they've made. Don't panic. One thing that you'll learn is they get over it much quicker than you do. So try to take a deep breath, put it in perspective, and know that everything's going to be okay. Sometimes they just need to vent. That's hard to hear. But try to let it go. Don't worry about it. Don't panic over it. You'll call them and they'll be off at a party somewhere. And you're still worrying. So just, take it in stride. Help them when you can, and don't worry so much.
You have given your child a set of values, a set of principles. It is time for that child to fly. Let them fly. Don't be as critical as you was when they was growing up in your house. They have to learn to make their mistakes and learn how to solve their problems. Be available if they ask for your help. Don't jump in and help them until they do ask.
Don't stalk your child on Facebook, see who they're talking to, who they're friends with, or what they're doing. Give them a phone call, once a week instead of letting the month go by, or when they come home for Christmas. I think that would be a better avenue for staying in touch.
Who's the one that means the most to you? And if one...
Don't be afraid to let go. You're going to cry. It's going to be hard at first. You'll be amazed at how quickly you adjust. Don't let them come home every time they want to come home just because they're sad or lonely or afraid, or sometimes they have to learn to stick it out. And you'll be amazed when they come home, you've adjusted, and then it's an adjustment period all over again. You're used to having them gone, and now here they are, these independent young adults. It's different.
Ask your son or daughter what they would like you to do, what they need from you to help them succeed. And just let them know you're there for them. If they need to call home, they can call you anytime, 24 hours a day. You're there for them, because they will have spots where they miss home, and they miss the little things that mom and dad did for them. They will realize, and at one point come to appreciate how much mom and dad did for them. It's hard to say goodbye to your child, but they'll come back to you. And then you have to return them back to the school each year. But they're in good hands. They're learning to spread their wings.
Opens to another door closed. I hope you keep on walking.
Well, we're just talking about the family weekend, and I'd say that's when it became very apparent how settled Ben was at Thomas, and what a good fit it was for Ben. What a wonderful community it was. And by the way, even before that, in the orientation, just to see the events that were planned for the students then to help them get acclimated, and the families as well. That was even the beginning and the hint, and then family weekend really, absolutely made it certain that this was a good fit for him.
I think what would make me happy was to have my daughter happy, to go to college. I want her to be welcomed. I want her to feel comfortable in her atmosphere. And she got that at Thomas College. That was the people. She was just extremely happy to be at college, and that's what when you get that feeling, I don't think there's much else you need.
You find the window if it's cold outside.
Can't remember what it's called, but I just know I get these emails from Hannah every week about what's happening on campus. And it just helps, because if we're planning family events and I see something that I know that he's going to want to attend, I try not to create a conflict, so that I know that he has something he wants to go to that weekend. We try to make sure any family things happen on opposite weekend.
I remember her growing up, she didn't even answer the telephone.
Right.
Uh,
Wouldn't call for a pizza.
People was not her strong point as a younger person. But as she got older, matter of fact, the orientation, I think, was part of it. Just, she's way outgoing compared to what she was. People like, that encountered her at Thomas brought that out in her. It was great.
Very impressed with all the extra activities that go on here. There's constantly something for them to do. Weekends, they never seem to get bored. As a matter of fact, he doesn't like to come home a lot, which is good, because he's enjoying life and he's enjoying his schooling too.
Come to the family weekend, enjoy yourself, see what your child is doing at school, really take an interest. Don't be afraid to stop by and see him every now and then. And just, really ask them questions, find out what they're doing, learn who their friends are. It's just the same as life was before, only on a more adult level.
Show the world the warmth of your smile.
Here, you get to see the people that surround your child, the staff, how they are brought into the total family of Thomas. Thomas is a college by name, but it's a family by operation. Come and enjoy all the events to their fullest.
I wish for you.